Good morning, everyone, and welcome to, not really welcome to anything, but I thought since I was going to make can you see me? I went ahead and got my candles started, my lantern and everything. I'm in the cottage and I'm making a Victorian apple crisp. So I thought it would be fun to show you how I make an apple crisp in the cottage, because you know there's no running water or anything like that. So what I do like every day to prep when I'm staying in the cottage, because there's no running water, or I still yet to have my stove, you know, piped in and everything like that. So what I'll do is make my apple crisp, and I'll prep and do all the work in here, and then what I'll do is go and take it to my parents' cottage and pop it in the oven. Now normally what I would do is, if I had to do like a sort of if I had to do the pie, like when I actually make it in the cottage, I'll probably do like I have to do it on like the top of the stove, you know, like in a skillet. And let me grab something real quick. But anyway, it would do like a Dutch oven. Now, and I'll just have a chat with you. I'll be a little chatterbox while I'm cooking this, because you know what? This is how I am every day. It's probably not that fun, but I figure, you know, why not? Everyone seems to be doing it lately, don't they? So let me go ahead and put my apples in here. And then my regular like shavings and everything like that, you know, my peels and all, I take all of that and I will put it in my bin or my basket. And you know, like this, right? See, like, so my peelings from the apples, and I'll give those to the chickens. They love it. I'll dice it up extra small. I like to do this for my apple, you know, apple crisp with the topping, butter topping and oatmeal and all that, because I think that I don't like a big chunk of an apple. I'm not sure if you're like that, but I don't like a big slice. I like them diced up really tiny. And I think it tastes better. I like that with all my foods, actually. I like to have it very tiny, and it's just my preference, you know. Everyone's quite different, but it's the same with like an onion. I don't like how they cut them julienne style. I believe that's what they call them, don't they? Like my little chefs out there, because I'm not a chef or not a cook. I just, you know, get away with the easiest thing. And when you're just using things that you have around the house, you know, like, or things that you've gotten from the garden or whatever, like, cooking is quite simple. The Victorians were quite simple when they would cook and everything. It was very much a lot of the same thing over and over, just prepared and made different ways, you know, because a majority of Victorian England there wasn't a lot of, you know, upper class. No, not a lot. And most were like lower class people. So they, you know, they ate what they had and everything, and what they could get their hands on, you know. So I like to keep it simple like that, because that's how my kids loved it anyway. When they were quite young, you know, we little lads, they loved just having the same sort of thing, you know, a bowl of fruit, clean from the garden or market or something like my kids loved some goat cheese. You know, we would go to the farmer's market and get them goat cheese, and they would just eat it, you know, like, because I like to leave my cheese also on the counter. It tastes richer to me. I feel it's more poignant. Is that the word you would use? Poignant. It's just very, but like pungent. I like a pungent cheese. And I always feel like when it sits in the room, you know, it's set there almost like where it's getting penicillin on it, you know, almost where it's getting like, oh, I don't know if I'd eat that. But it's so good. Like cheese, you know, aged like that, it just tastes delicious to me. But anyway, what was I rattling on about? yeah, I was just talking about like having things that are available or whatever. And so, yeah, so I'm right next to, the reason I have so much light on, I do have 3 kerosene lamps on. My dearly beloved got me a, I did not know that they had this, but they've got this this new kerosene that's, it like has less flame, and it's less, excuse me, it smells less. It's like odorless or something. And he's like, you know, this would be good for the cottages because, you know, when you've got 1, 2, 3, 7 kerosene lamps going on in the cottage at night, it gets a bit stuffy and smoky, you know. It can get that way. So he's like, you know, try this. And I really love it because you can't smell it at all. And it's brilliant. I'm like, wow, they've come a long way with it, you know. Before my daughter and her beau came to visit me, uh-oh, I dropped it on the floor. Did you see that? Before my daughter Zoe, because they stayed in the cottage while Jeffrey and I stayed in the main cottage, my folks' house, you know. It's only like 100 feet or something, you know. It's not far, but because I love the cottage so much that I like coming out here every day and spending all my day, you know. And I rarely go into the house because, into the main house, because I just like it lots better. It's just more homey to me. I'm like, my mom always used to tell me, you know, my mom would say, Raquel, you were born in the wrong era. And I really feel like, you guys, if you know, I do a lot of Instagram posts and stuff like that. I really feel like I'm connected to like Tasha Tudor or something, because she used to talk about that too, you know, like she never cared about like the modern things, and she was always made fun of and like ridiculed and all that sort of thing. And I was like that a long time, but you guys know my entire story, right? And no, right now, like I just have this apron on, but this is my house dress. I usually wear it like every single day, nearly every single day, but I'm not wearing my corset right now. I did not put my corset on. My stays, sometimes I need to work up to them, you know what I mean? But I just downsized another one, and I posted this picture. Did you guys see it? And then I was like, oh, that's rather, maybe that's a bit rather immodest, because it just showed my backside, you know, I was a bit cheeky. And so I was showing that I went down 2 more stay sizes, whereas I was like, I think like 2 years ago, I had gained the most weight that I had ever gained. Now, mind you, I know it was because I was drinking a bit of wine at night, and I had never been a drinker my entire life. You know, I grew up with an alcoholic father, so I'd never drank. But then when I had my divorce, I sort of took to a bit of, how should we say, a bit of the alcohol, you know, the spirits. I kind of liked it. And then I realized, oh, this is bloody putting on a lot of weight on me, you know? And so then I stopped doing it. And so I lost all that weight. But I put on, literally, when I weighed myself and I came to my folks' house and we moved, you know, Jeffrey and I moved to my folks' house, right? This was after Sawyer died and everything. And I got on a scale, which I had never done because I've always just gone with my clothes, and I've never had weight issues or anything like that. Not to sound, you know, flippant or anything, but I never have. I've always had a really good, and I've always been super, you know, ate healthy and all that sort of thing. So, but I popped on the scale, and oh my God, you guys. I weighed as much as I weighed when I had my children and went in to give birth for all 4 of my children. And when I saw that, I was so discouraged. And I was like, oh no, this is never going to happen to me again, you know? So I really started doing the beliefs and stuff like at night, you know, retraining my belief system and like getting to the foundation of why I was wanting to drink. Because I was trying to like stuff pain down. So I wanted to, you know, kind of dive into that whole concept of that. You know what I mean? Are you guys bored stiff with listening to me rattle on about this? But this is how I would do if you came up with the tea. I'd be making pie and we'd do some scones or whatever, like, you know, clotted cream, and we'd have a cup of tea and visit. This is how I would do it, you know. And so, yeah, so I felt like I've got to get this weight off, and I've got to figure out why I'm so, like, why I'm stuffing down this pain, you know, with my boy dying and everything. And so, yeah. And so now I'm down to an extra small in a corset, which I was an extra large. So that tells you wearing a corset does make you lose weight. And, you know, when you see those, you know, those whale bones. Okay, so see, I've done this. Look how beautiful that is. And these, I believe, are these are my favorite. These are the Granny Smiths. You know, the green ones, the real tart ones, because that's my favorite apple. And yeah, so I'm going to do that, and then I'll put this. Let me pause it because this is going to take a moment. Well, I guess I could do it anyway, couldn't I? Just do it right here. This is exactly what I'm doing, you guys. So I'm going to put it in here. I'm wondering if I should do it, cook it in here though. Yeah, probably will be nice. Look, this fits perfect, right? And trying to see if I had a bigger dish. Yeah, I got a bigger one up there, but I don't know if I should try and climb up and get it. Let me just do this. This will be all right. Yeah, it'll taste lovely, you know. And so yeah, I'm always okay. So then this is what I'll do, and then I'll put the crumble top on it. Let's throw this in here. See, remember, I don't know if you guys watched that video that I had done, like, I think it was a Reels or whatever, but when in the daytime, like, I have a garbage can right here, down here. I'm not sure if you can quite see it, but I like to save all my scraps because the chickens love the scraps, you know, and the roosters run around the yard, and so I don't ever give them laying hen food, right? Obviously, they're roosters, but so I'll give them a lot of regular, like, mealworms and vegetables from the cottage, the main house, you know. All right, you guys, so I'm almost done with it. This is my topping, and I'm just doing this and using my old little thing here, and I'll add my half a cup of I believe it's half cup oats and old-fashioned oats. I like to use the old-fashioned oats, and also half cup of what was my other thing? Half cup flour, and then I'll sprinkle that on. And it's going to be messy on my hands, so I'm going to turn the thing off, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I take it out of the oven today. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. Cheers.